I think heaven and hell and the afterlife in general are literally the core reason Christianity and the largest religions exist. So when you look at
Mm,
Judaism, that doesn't really have a big afterlife tradition. Actually, Judaism is a very tiny religion. People don't think it is because they think it's one
yeah.
of the great monotheism. But actually, relatively speaking, hardly anyone is Jewish. You know, globally, the big ones are big on your afterlife. And I think if you took the afterlife away from your major religions, then you just wouldn't have those religions. They would cease to have adherents. It's all about afterlife management. Is that something that you would agree with?
I say this is one of the places where my views have changed quite a bit. So I do agree, but I also would extend it out. So if I'm not mistaken, that's like a Freudian approach of saying that religion is death denial. And yeah, religion is death denial. Like it's, in my opinion, you're not really grieving because you think you're going to see them again. That's another reason, by the way, that you have for not actually looking into other worldviews and not actually taking atheism seriously because you might not have grieved properly. Like there's lots of like psychological work that has to be done if you do give up on your religious views there. So when it comes to say snakes, snakes come up a lot in religion. The Garden of Eden, right? It's a talking snake. If you look at Celtic religion in Britain, snakes are what are found, and yet snakes really don't have much of a presence here. And if you're looking for like a deadly species, why not choose bees? Because more people die from bees than they do from snakes. So it's not like rationally enshrined in this sense. Or take the Norse religion. Why is the world serpent, Jörmungandr? I probably mispronounced that. I'm always told I am, but why is that a snake? What is this frozen wasteland of a place doing, having as its leviathan a snake? Like they're just not. They don't have snakes like that. And I think the answer is that we evolved on the plains of Africa, and snakes have been one of our predators for millions and millions and millions of years. And so, like, there's something of an archetype that's etched into us. And I think that religions are quite clever and they do hold wisdom in the sense that they take this knowledge and they weave it into a narrative that can make sense for us. So Jesus is about resurrecting. Sorry, it's about sacrifice. And sacrifice is incredibly important for a social species. If bees have a religion, then I promise you they've got a Jesus because sacrifice is what it's all about for bees. You know, I will give myself, my entire self, for the hive. I'll kill myself for it because that's what's needed. And of course, Richard Dawkins with the selfish gene makes a lot of sense of this because he explains that I don't need to survive myself in order for my species to succeed. I need to just make sure my species succeed. I don't have to be the one that's reproducing. And so I think religion taps into that a lot. And if you start looking at, say, Ramadan, um, if you look at different religious institutions, communion, if you look at them and you start taking that sociological approach, you can make a lot more sense of it. And I'd argue that it's important. So if we do move forward, hopefully we will, and we start cultivating an environment where atheism is flourishing, I actually do think that you're going to need rituals. You're going to need something, but you don't have to enshrine it in tradition that's going to maintain bigotry and stuff like that. Like, I really do think that we can do this. It's just, it's going to take work.